And host Switzerland kept their hopes of reaching the knockouts of the Women's Euros with a 2-0 victory over Iceland last night. The result eliminated their hopes. The result eliminated their opponents and confirmed Norway, who got past Finland 2-1, progressed as Group A winners. This afternoon, world champions Spain face Belgium before Portugal take on Italy. For more on the Women's Euros, it's all over our website, talkSPORT.com. And speaking of which, let's focus on what happened on Saturday night. England got their campaign off to the worst possible start with a 2-1 defeat to France. Alessia Russo had a goal disallowed before the French struck twice, while Keira Walsh scored an excellent late consolation, but it wasn't enough for the Lionesses, who now have it all to do to get out of the group. Former England striker and talkSPORT co-commentator Tash Dowie says the pressure is on Sarina Wiegman's side ahead of their vital next game against the Netherlands.
Yeah, like there wasn't already enough pressure, but double that now. We knew there was going to be pressure. It's a tough group. There was huge pressure being holders, and we kind of did say whoever wins this, I think then goes on to win the group, and I think France will go on to win this group. And now the Dutch look very strong, very comfortable. It's going to be a tough game for England going into that, especially after this. This will really deflate them. This will be a tough one.
The Dutch beat Wales 3-0. If you missed this earlier on, like I was saying, it's the first major tournament for the Welsh, and watching the build up to the game, all the Wales fans, I think 8,000 of them turned out for that first game as a full march, walking up towards the stadium, something like a 4K walk in 30 degrees heat. Was just lovely to see. It was really heartwarming, actually. And I remember when Republic of Ireland went to the Women's World Cup, that was their first major tournament, and they opened the tournament and I was there, and it was just so emotional, so emotional, and the amount of fans that were there had turned out for it. And Wales needed that moment. They really, really needed it. The national anthem made me cry. It was so incredibly passionate. You were looking at the fans as well in the stands who were crying, and it meant absolutely everything to them. So well done. They've made history by getting there. But my God, they're in some group. talkSPORT's England correspondent out in Switzerland, Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, admits England seem fearful of France.
Yeah, it does. I think it's one thing to feel it, but I think obviously to come out and admit it as well. I think it's quite an interesting thing to say. And don't get me wrong, like, France are a fantastic team. We've seen it, that forward line in particular, the forward line that started and then the forward line that they then proceeded to bring on that front three. And so, look, they're a great team, but I think that fear is interesting because you think that England, they should come into this defending champions. Obviously, they've got to the World Cup final. They were beaten by Spain, albeit, but you feel that before the tournament, Spain and England were the favourites, so they should go in that with bags of confidence, sort of heads held high, thinking, right, everyone's got to try and take this off us and be confident in that. But maybe that works the other way in the fact that they know they've got a bit of a target on their back. Everyone's trying to take the European trophy off them, so maybe there is a bit of fear in the camp, and that's what we've seen in that moment yesterday, where I think it changes the dynamic. That goal, I've looked at that picture, by the way, the semi-automated picture, 1,000 times now, and I still can't work out where that offside is.
Courtney said it, and I completely agree. The more you look at that picture, the more I'm like, okay, they've been so hard done by there. It's not offside. There's nothing clearly obvious about it. It is. I don't even know if there's a hair of a difference there. It's just so tight. So to go out the way to rule it off, I'm like, unlucky. That's not their fault. And it was a good goal from Alessia Russo. And at that point, when that decision went against them, everything changed. The energy was zapped from them, and France took full advantage, and they absolutely battered them, bullied them, as Emma Hayes said, for the rest of that first half. They took 2 goals. There was other chances as well from France, and they were really on the back foot, England. What I would say is that I think Sarina Wiegman might now be looking at her decisions that she's made over the last few months. And the one decision I think maybe they might be regretting is putting Hannah Hampton as the number 1 keeper. Because Mary Earps, even though Hannah Hampton is an outstanding keeper, Mary Earps has bags of character, so full of confidence. You see her walking out, she's sucking her lips, she's sucking her jaw, she's just already got this swagger, this attitude about her, and people sometimes look and go, all right, okay, and she can kind of get that mental edge over opponents. Hannah Hampton doesn't give me that yet. I think she's lacking in confidence in that department. England need characters, and towards the end of the game, these subs should have come much quicker than they did, because players had off days like Georgia Stanway, Lucy Bronze, Jess Carter. They were all having a bit of a tough time. Grace Clinton came on, somebody with that rawness about her and not scared to make an impact on the game. And Michelle Agyemang, you're going to be speaking about her for a long, long time. Did you see her face as she about to come on? She came on like, I am here to cause havoc, and she did. She made an instant impact. Serena Wiegman's going to have to rely on these characters. Yes, they're younger. Yes, they don't have as much experience, but they are ready to make an impact at the tournament. I still think England will come out of the group. They've got the Netherlands to face next to beat Wales 3-0. I still think England can get the better of the Netherlands. And I think France could face a tough time against the Netherlands after the job that they've just done over England. Group D, it's well and truly alive. I think it will come down to goal difference, certainly, in that group. So England have it all to do. They have to batter Wales, and they have to really take advantage of Netherlands if they're still to come out of that group. Never mind retain the European Championships. I love it though. Don't forget the talkSPORT YouTube channel, The Kickback, has got all of our content there from Switzerland, and there's more on our website, talksport.com.